28th of March 2022. Hope everybody out there is having a good day today. Talk to you a little bit about things been going on. Seeing a lot of stuff about helicopters flying over. Well, here in my area, when I was growing up, we had the big cargo planes. They would fly over training. Sometimes you'd have military jets. Last few years, we've been having attack helicopters flying over and training. You can sit on your porch and watch them early in the morning. Yesterday, we had a bunch of helicopters in the air. One thing I'm noticing though, we're starting to see a lot of hueys, unmarked hueys flying over. I've seen it on where I live and to the west of us on the other mountain over there. I've seen it. Not sure what's going on with them. There are a lot of older style helicopters flying over and training, or flying from somewhere. We are in a grid where our attack helicopters we see fly over. They're usually headed towards what appears to be Fort Bragg area, that direction, or Fort Benning, one of those. But this time of year we start seeing it pick up as far as the training exercises. I haven't seen many jets in the last few years training, or the big cargo planes, but we are seeing more helicopters flying. We live in a mountainous area, they train out here, but I'm starting to see a lot of helicopters that look old. Like old hueys, things like that are starting to fly around. Yesterday there was a big post on a local Facebook group wanting to know why they were all out here. I didn't comment on it because I didn't personally see it yesterday, but I know out on the other mountain out there, I've been out there and I've seen them fly over there too. Not sure who they are or what they are because there's no markings on them. But like I said, they're older helicopters. They're Huey style helicopters. They're not Black Hawks. They're not Apaches. Nothing like that. And they're unmarked. I'm starting to pick up on that here lately. But who knows what they're doing? It could be government agencies training or something like that. I'm not going to big conspiracy theory on that because I'm not sure what's going on with that. Because like I said, we do live in an active area where helicopters fly over and train. Used to when I was younger, you'd see jets and cargo planes. Cargo planes come by and shake your whole house in the middle of the night. But not 100% sure what's going on with the helicopters here lately. There are a lot. I've been hearing a lot of people on YouTube talk about it in their area. They're seeing a lot of them. And you'll see a lot of comments and posts and stuff about, military movement. You can go down in the valley out here and sit by the interstate if you wanted to, and you would see military transports fairly often on our interstate. But who knows what's actually going on. It has picked up in the last year or two. It's picked up a lot. But are y'all seeing more helicopters? Are you seeing more military training exercises going on in your area? Here it's kind of normal for us to see it, but what's not normal for us to see is the older Huey style helicopters, and they're unmarked. So who knows what they're doing. But everything's still going on over in Ukraine. They're supposed to go back to the peace talk table. There's a little bit about they may come up with some kind of deal here. I've been saying all along that Putin hasn't really moved west of the river, or if you follow the river, it kind of goes through the East Ukraine and down around into the Gulf there. He hasn't really moved past the river. He stayed on his side. Now, he has launched missiles and possible airstrikes, with military jets into western Ukraine, but he was hitting military targets from what we're told. He was hitting, supply bases and things like that. But they're both, America and Russia's, pretty much sitting there playing, we got our finger on the button. We're going to do something if you do this or you do that. I still 100% think that this was all agreed to. I mean, he had permission to go into the area he went into. That's something people forget. Even our own president said he can move into that area, but if he moves past it, that would be considered an invasion. And of course, he moved past it. That's what he did, and that started the invasion. But guys, I'm 100% sure they all sat around and said they know what each other's doing it all the time. There's no way they don't. They're sitting there trying to make Putin look like he's crazy or got dementia or, something's wrong with him. I haven't seen them move past the river. I'm not pro-Russian. But I'm telling you, what we're seeing and hearing is not what's actually going on. We're hearing that Ukraine is winning every battle. They're taking back over cities. And from what we have seen, Russia hasn't really took a city. You know, they haven't moved all their stuff in and took it 100% over. Stuff at the grocery store. We'll talk about that a little bit. You're starting to see more stock in your grocery store. One thing you need to look at is look at that Best Buy date. Did a video 2 days ago on this. It used to be 3, 4, 5 years out on the Best Buy date, and now it's either almost at the Best Buy date or it's within a year or two maybe. It's almost like they're pushing everything that they have in their warehouses out, filling them up. Could be a backlog. It could be the stuff that were on the container ships that's coming out, finally coming out. The question is there enough to, after they get through the backlog of what they have, do they have enough new stuff to restock the stores? I don't think they do. We're hearing there's going to be a food shortage this year. We're hearing it. America could feed the whole world from what my understanding. But other countries also is going to have food shortages. America's going to have food shortages due to price, due to weather, due to all kind of circumstances here. When I say price, I'm talking about, your fertilizers and things like that. Guys, I said the other day, it's getting real. You need to wake up if you're not woke up with this. You need to realize what's going on. Go out and buy you some canned food, get it put up, rotate through your stock, keep rolling with your stock. You've got to get it stacked up as high as you can stack it. One thing you can look at is you're hedging against inflation. If you're able to get a can of beans right now for 50, 60 cents, you can buy them now. This time next year, what if that can of beans is $2 to $3? You're not going to get paid more money. You're just going to keep working off of what you're already getting paid. Our raises are not high enough to cover the cost of inflation. It's not. The higher people way up, yeah, they don't have a problem with inflation. Let's say they're claiming inflation 7%. From everything I've read and understand, if you actually figured it the right way, it's anywhere from 15 to 19% inflation. A lot of things are higher than that, and we know it. That's just an average. It's kind of like the unemployment rate when you hear them say, well, our unemployment rate's down to 3% now. One thing people forget on that, yeah, it's going to be 3% because everything that was done for the people who could not file unemployment now can't file again. You remember they were able to file back then, and now they can't. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe, like or dislike the video, comment below, and I hope everybody's having a good day.